Waycist USA.
That's a pickaninny from somewhere in Africa, wherever she came from. This woman needs to be sent back right away out of my country. Right away. She needs to be put into one of those fighter planes that travels really fast and take her over to Congo and just open up that bottom thing under the plane and let her drop out. I have with me Jane Elliott, and Jane is a former third-grade teacher. She is an anti-racism activist and educator featured on Oprah for her Blue Eyes, Brown Eyes demonstration. She's going to tell you all about that. So you went into your classroom and you took the third graders, 8 and 9 years old. You discriminated against the blue eyes by being kind to the brown eyes, right?
Oh, absolutely. I was more than kind to the brown eyes. I was unkind to the blue eyes. I made the blue-eyed people sit in the back of the room because everybody knows that blue-eyed people are disruptive and they can't learn anyways. They might as well sit in the back of the room. I made them go last in lunch line because, you know, if they go first, they'll eat too much. I made them I gave the brown-eyed people 5 extra minutes of recess because they're all so bright that they deserve all these good things. I made the blue-eyed people couldn't be role leaders for the day because obviously they couldn't be good leaders. You don't want a blue-eyed person leading you because all blue-eyed people are not to be trusted. I was absolutely amazed. I separated my group according to the color of their eyes. I made the blue-eyed people wear armbands, which is what the Nazis did to the Jews during the Holocaust. I treated them as we treat on a daily basis in this country people of color. And they couldn't do anything wrong because any problem they had was because they had to sit beside a blue-eyed person. Any mistake they made was because they had blue-eyed teachers before me. I learned that you can tell somebody they're superior, treat them as if they are superior, and turn them into superior beings, superior learners, superior achievers. I learned that you can tell somebody they are an underachiever and that they are inferior, and they will live down to your expectations of them.
When I read this story, I was saddened by it because it seemed as though your overreaction to Martin Luther King assassination caused you to go into your classroom and traumatize other kids who had nothing to do with it.
If it's nonsense to do this exercise based on eye color with a white child for one day, if that's traumatizing, what does it do to children of color if you do it with them pre-birth and after death? You want to talk about traumatizing?
But it's not right to make those kids suffer for something that other people are doing. One wrong doesn't make another one right.
My students were totally ignorant about racism, which is actually colorism. They were totally ignorant about that. They used the N-word indiscriminately because they had been taught that it was right to treat people that way, and because they had never been on the receiving end of that treatment. They got educated that way in a way that changed the way they lived their lives to this day.
That's amazing.
And it changed the way their parents behaved in the home.
Had I been a parent and found out that you did that to my child, in the third grade, which is 8 or 9 years old, traumatized my child in that manner, I would have sued you and the school. So you feel nothing about what you did to those children?
I didn't do to those children. I did for those children.
By traumatizing them?
I didn't traumatize them. Are you traumatized by what's happened to you in this country?
Not at all. I was never traumatized. Let me tell you this.
Black?
I am as black as the ace of spades. But let me ask you this.
If you're as black as the ace of spades and haven't felt any...
Most of the discrimination I've had to encounter was from other black people. But let me ask, if what
where
you said...
Where do other black people learn to discriminate against black people?
From their black leadership.
Oh, you think so?
Without a doubt. I grew up on a plantation. I grew up under the Jim Crow law down in Alabama. We had to work in cotton fields and doing all those things. Why do you... Hold on for a minute. I want you to answer this. Why didn't you see if what you're saying... I'm not going to answer that until you answer this. No, but hold on, Jane. Yeah, I'll answer that after you answer this. Why do you see black on black crime, black unemployment, black out of wedlock birth, abortion, and all the garbage that we see now? If racism was an issue, why didn't we see it more back then than we do today? I'll let you smoke on that for a minute. Jane, let me ask, are you a Christian?
Is that any of your business?
It is.
Are you a Christian?
I am, 100%. You must be pretty upset at the radical homosexuals for going after the Christians and trying to force them to accept a lifestyle that goes against God and the Christian values. That is discrimination like none I've ever seen. So you must be pretty upset at those folks, right?
I'm pretty upset at Christians who say there's only one way to live. I'm pretty upset at Christians who say deny how God made you and become the way I will accept you.
Are you upset at the radical homosexuals for going after Christians?
I'm upset at radical Christians for going after homosexuals.
Oh, you got it wrong. You got it backwards.
Well, one of us has it wrong.
That's you. You are
if you want to talk
attacking.
about colorism and the damage that has been done to people of color and people of all colors, including white people, by the idiocy of believing that skin color makes you a better or worse person. If you want to talk
How
about
do
that,
you
I'll talk
explain-
about that.
how
Other
do
than
you
that,
explain-
I'm not interested in this conversation.
Jane, calm
okay?
down.
Listen,
Calm down,
call
Jane.
somebody else.
Jane, calm down.
No,
How do
no,
you
you can call me
explain-
Ms. Elliott. Only my friends call me Jane. You
Jane.
can call me Ms. Elliott.
Jane.
And you've proven that you are not one of my friends, okay?
Jane, you're out of control. Calm down. Let me ask.
Here.
Let me ask you.
No one
Hey.
says to me, you're out of control,
But
calm
you
down,
are.
because they don't like what I'm saying. I'm sorry, but I don't have time for this. I have other things to do.
Hold on,
Call
hold on.
somebody else, all
Hey,
right? Thank
hey.
you very much. It's been interesting.
She's running. Get her back on the line, James. Tell her I'm black. When you're black and you don't go for the crap, they don't know what to do. I think she's back. She hung up again. She said, "Do not call me back, daughter of Satan." This song is for Jane Elliott. Yeah. You call me Mr. Peterson.